Welcome to the 7th installment of my 10 questions interview series. Today's interview is with my friend Unix. Unix plays 2B2T and simpvp. He is currently a member of the Church of Francis with Lord One, a past guest on the show. Say hi. Welcome.
Hey, what's up?
What are your passions?
My passions. I guess I have a few. I sort of casually write music on my own. I don't actually do it a whole lot. It's just sort of something I do in my pastime. But in addition to that, obviously I play Minecraft. I guess that's how most people know me. I do a lot of stuff, but whether you would define it as a passion or not is difficult to say.
All right, cool. Why do you play Minecraft?
That's sort of a difficult question. There's a variety of reasons why I play Minecraft. I guess just because I find it generally interesting, and you can meet a lot of people, I guess, that you wouldn't meet otherwise, which is sort of, I guess, in a broader sense, that's sort of the internet in general.
Yeah. What are your fears?
My fears.
Yeah.
Huh. I guess I have pretty much the same fears as anybody else. Anything specific? I guess I have a fear of heights.
Well, I think as far as fears go, that's the one fear that everyone is born with.
That's true. I'm sure there's a lot of people who aren't really afraid of heights. It depends on the person, obviously, but another fear, I don't know.
What is it like being a part of Lord's group? Working with him, that kind of thing.
What's it like? It's pretty fun. I actually haven't been active in the past few weeks just because there's nothing really happening on Sim. The main reason I joined Lord's group is just because you joined initially.
Yeah.
But yeah. But even after you left, I thought it was still like a pretty interesting group. The majority of the people there are pretty chill. So, yeah.
I left because the base got griefed, so there wasn't really any reason for me to stick around. I didn't want to move to another base with them since it got griefed so quickly.
Yeah,
But you stuck around, so why exactly did you stick around?
Why exactly did I stick around? Pretty much just because I was bored playing on my own. If I play on my own, it sort of lacks a sense of direction. Like, if I join the group, there's actually something I can do. If I start based on my own, I'm usually not always that motivated to build. I might build like a few small houses. But I guess the main reason to join the group is it sort of just gives me something to do on the server.
Yeah, so Lord One is giving you direction and things like that, right?
I guess so, yeah. You could say that.
Okay. What are your favorite YouTubers?
Favorite YouTubers? Well, there's a couple. John Tron is actually someone who I think he has pretty good editing. He makes good videos, and also I think he's just sort of a master about comedic timing in his videos. Yeah, like usually I find them pretty hilarious. Other YouTubers other than him, I also like Baron Dome's videos. I think they're pretty interesting some of the time. Let's watch a few of his videos.
So those two, Baron Dome and JonTron. Good picks,
Yeah.
good picks. What is your dream job?
My dream job. Well, actually, I had several. Actually, initially, I sort of have an interest in, sort of fields of science. I guess that could also be considered a passion of mine. So yeah, eventually I might want to look into getting like a master's degree in something relevant to chemical engineering because I was actually studying that on my own independently for a while, and I was looking into getting at least a master's degree in that. So yeah, something in that just general field. I was also considering being a doctor, just because I sort of find it to be sort of an interesting field. But yeah, other than that, I can't really think of anything specific. That's sort of something I was planning to do like quite a while ago. At this point, I don't really know. I guess anything that I find like decently interesting. But yeah.
Okay. How has the COVID-19 quarantine affected your life so far?
How's it affected my life? Well, it hasn't really affected much. Most of the time I just spend at home. I do go to classes periodically, but to be honest, it hasn't actually affected me all that much. I think the only real difference is that, well, I can't even really pinpoint the difference. It's pretty much just staying at home more. Now my parents work at home. So I guess part of the house, my dad does a job that involves some level of confidentiality, so I can't actually access quarter of the house.
Mm.
But other than that, I mean, it doesn't really change my life all that much.
What server is better, 2B2T or simpvp? And why?
Hmm. Yeah, that's actually an interesting question. Um, which one is better? I actually play them for very different reasons. Like, I mean, both have a level of anarchy, which is why I find them, I guess, more interesting than usual servers, simply because I believe the anarchy is sort of Minecraft in its purest form, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it sort of eliminates all of the restrictions imposed on you by, like, a faction server or something else. I also like the fact that the maps aren't reset, and they do have, like, history, I guess. But, like, overall, I'd say, 2B2T, it's very difficult to actually consistently play, obviously, because there's the queue, right? So most of the time you have to like get someone to buy you priority queue just because you're useful to them, or you have to pay for it yourself, right? And Sim PvP doesn't have that, and it still is like I would say it has the same history. I would say it's like different history. I wouldn't necessarily say they're all that similar, but I mean both servers are interesting in their own different ways. I guess the reason I like Sim more is simply because it's got more of a tight knit community, unlike 2B2T, where I guess there's hundreds of people, maybe, well, at this point at least, hundreds of thousands of people who know about the server and have logged in at least once, right? But on Sim, it's sort of more of a niche thing. Not a whole lot of people know about it, which I guess is why it's interesting. It's sort of like 2B prior to the 2016 Russia invasion, I guess, which is sort of why I find it a compelling server. Also, the economy is different, obviously, because people don't dupe and there's no hacks or X-ray. But then we go back to the question, which is better. Honestly, that depends on what you're looking for, and that kind of server. Like if you're looking in the genre of anarchy servers, I'd say if you're looking for anarchy specifically, I'd say 2B is actually better. Simply because like there's obviously you can hack, you can cheat, you can do whatever, right? It doesn't matter. On Sim though, like if you don't really care, like if you I guess if you don't like hacking, Sim's obviously your choice. Also, there's a lot less people on, but other than that, I'd say like they're both pretty good.
Okay. What's your favorite Minecraft hacked client to use? Like, since for 2B2T, obviously not simpvp.
Actually, I got Future fairly recently, like about a week ago. I'd say it's probably my favorite overall. I mean, here's the thing about hack clients, right? They're all fairly similar to a certain extent. Like you get the kill aura, velocity, everything. It all functions the same usually. If you're looking for hack clients and you're looking for like, if you want to single out one client as being better, usually it's like very specific utilities that work in like very specific circumstances for like a specific server, right? So if you're looking for a hack client for 2B, I mean, obviously Future would be your choice.
Oh,
Most of the time I use like
I was saying,
another,
what's your favorite one, not which one was better.
yeah, mine specifically, yeah, it would be Future, I'd say.
Okay.
I think that's most people's choices, to be honest.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like, why is it your favorite one?
Why is it my favorite? Well, I mean, as I was saying before, like it has very specific utilities which are appropriate to 2B2T. Like for a while, it had a packet fly phase, which you couldn't really get in most other clients. I'm pretty sure Impact had packet fly, but it didn't really work properly. So, for example, on 2B, there's a hack called Auto Trap, which is where the player can actually place a schematic of sort of an obsidian enclosure around you and trap you, and then mine out your feet to end crystal you. And Coruscant 2B doesn't really work consistently, so Packetfly is usually your only option. So you can actually use Packetfly to phase out of the blocks. That was actually recently patched on 2B, I believe, so it no longer works. But still, I mean, that's just an example of a specific utility available in Future that isn't really available in most other clients.
All right. Well, thank you for doing this interview. Those are very good answers to the questions I asked you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was good. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
All right, no problem. See you around.
Yeah, see ya.